Welcome back to CM's Garage. Today we are in the garage with a 1951 Reo Real mower, model 211. In 1946, the Reo Motor Car Company, founded by Ransom Olds, started producing lawnmowers at the end of World War II, and this is one of the examples, the Royal Deluxe here. This mower was in pretty rough shape when I got it, mostly complete but pretty much rusted out. The engine fired right up for me. I just had to get in there and clean the points. And I'll show you a quick little clip of it running after I initially got it. I also had another engine that I had purchased, which was very similar to this, and I purchased it as a parts engine, which I didn't need. And I went through that engine, and I'll kind of show you how the things looked in there with the valves and everything. But this is a standard 4-stroke horizontal shaft engine. It runs off of a belt drive that goes from the engine to the drive mechanism here, which then runs to a chain down to the blade. It is also self-propelled, so engine power powers the reel, and then you have the power to the wheels. And it is all operated by this one handle up here. As you pull this up, it engages the belt, and you turn this. As you turn this to the right, it adjusts the throttle. So it's a dual function handle here. So pretty neat. Most of this is all powder coated. I tore down the mower, powder coated everything that I could, and then some of the stuff I was able to match with spray paint and clear coat. Some of the things that I wasn't able to powder coat. You'll also see in the video here, I replaced the rollers on the back from the original rollers. They were just rotted wood to some plastic ones that I found online. So it was a fun project. You'll also notice, and you might have noticed already, the one thing that the lawnmower was missing was the starter pull start mechanism. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start it with a drill, which I kind of like doing anyway. It makes it a lot easier, starts up quicker. So just so you're tracking on that. Reo also had a really funny, entertaining magazine ads that they ran back in the 50s. So I'll show you some clips of those. They're pretty funny. Definitely not safety oriented back in that day, you'll see. But yeah, it was a fun project. What I'll do here for the rest of the video is I want to show you how I tore down that other engine, and then we'll do like a mowing demonstration. I'll show you how this thing works. So stay tuned, guys, and enjoy the video.
All right, so here are those advertisements I was talking about. This one's pretty hilarious. You're gonna enjoy your mower more than you would finding a girlfriend. Then you've got grandma here. Why should the boys have all the fun? Grandpa with his grandson. And then followed by the little boy in the wagon being towed behind the mower. Obviously, before lawyers. Pretty funny. All right, so here's that parts engine I was talking about. I picked this engine up before I got the lawnmower. I knew I was buying the lawnmower, but I found this. It was super cheap, and I'm like, okay, if I have issues with that lawnmower and I need a part, this will be a great donor motor. But in the meantime, I'm like, why not try to get it running? It'll be a fun little project. So right here, I'm taking the head off just to see the condition of the pistons and valves, or piston and valves. What I didn't mention earlier, another fact about this engine, is that the flywheel actually runs counterclockwise along with the crank, and then that goes to the timing gear, which then goes to the cam, and that changes the direction of the output shaft. So it's counterclockwise in, clockwise out for the blade rotation and the wheel rotation. What I quickly realized as I rotate this engine off over, now that I've got the head off, one of the valves is not functioning properly, and you'll see that here in a second. So what I'm doing right now is getting in the back side of the case where your timing gears, your cam, and your rockers are, to see what is going on and why that valve is not coming up. I'm like, it has to be something simple. So we'll find out here in a sec. All right, so we're pulling off the cover there to the case, and can you see it? One of the rockers has fallen to the bottom of the crankcase there. So there's your culprit. That needs to go back on, and then that valve should run with no issue. There's your timing gear off the crank, and then you have the larger timing gear which runs off the cam. So here's a closer look at the problem. There's your rocker for that valve that's not functioning. So I think what was happening is the C-clip that holds that rocker on was missing, which caused that to fall off. Now, my guess is that this was somebody else's parts engine, and here's the new clip I'm showing. I'm going to put on there. Somebody else's parts engine, they probably used that for a mower that they were building, didn't put that on there, and then in transport, when this motor was moved around, that rocker probably fell off. So now that I have the rockers installed properly, you can see I'm putting the cam back in, lining up the dot on the two timing gears, and getting that reinstalled, and then I will put the cover back on. All right, so now you'll see as I turn the flywheel, the piston goes up and down, and you have both valves functioning properly. So now that I know that I have a functioning piston, functioning valves, timing gears are good, everything's greased up in there, the cam is working properly, let's check out the coil and points. So right now I'm pulling the shroud off. We're going to get that flywheel off, which is quite a challenge, and then clean up the points to hopefully get some spark. So you can see here I've got my flywheel puller hooked up. If an engine's been sitting for quite a while, this is always really quite the surprise when it makes a loud bang and pops off. Sometimes these have never been removed, so it can be a bit of a challenge, but I got it off. All right, so now at this point, I'm taking a look at the coil and points, and really surprisingly, the quality of this stuff is so good that not only did this engine have spark, but the engine that came on the Reo mower also had spark with no issues, and that was the same capacitor and coil, which is a lot more luck than I had with the Lawn Boys, which I had to replace. You can see here how clean it all looks in there. So I got really lucky there because they're not cheap to get a replacement coil, and a lot of times it's just used stuff. They do not make a new coil for this engine.
It runs so smooth. Yeah. Well, that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hey, I really like taking old stuff and bringing it back to life and making it new again. Is this a practical mower that I would use every day? No, but it was something fun just to do. I really, really enjoy that. Thanks guys for watching. There's more projects like this. I've always got something going on. Between the Beetle projects, I like taking small stuff like this on, restoring it, making it new again, and bringing it out to you guys so you can enjoy it too. So thanks again. Come back for the next one. I appreciate it.